national issues, issues that concern Nigeria and also that of Ogun State can be heard on the Periscope. The Periscope on Al-IyamoyeTv and radio with the host Fisayomi Ajibola every weekdays, Mondays to Fridays, 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. You won't want to miss it.
Yes, 14 minutes past the hour of 10 o'clock, and it is the first day of the month of June 2023. I will say happy new month and welcome to the first edition of Periscope in June 2023. I am OLUWAFISAYOMI AJIBOLA. This morning on Periscope, we want to look at something that is trending. I definitely know you know what I'm talking about, but don't be angry about it. We want to look at it, what led to where we are. Some months back, Nigerians were hoping to have something different from what we were experiencing. Nigerians went all out to choose somebody they believe is going to give something different from what we were experiencing. Even when that person's administration ended, people took joke out of it by uploading certificate of survivor for being able to see beyond the 8 years of former President Muhammadu Buhari's administration. We thought it was the worst we could ever experience, and that prompted many to say, thank God I survived. Well, turning back the hand of time, people went all out to vote for a new president. Somebody we all believed that has handled Lagos State, a state with the widest economy in Africa. That is Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. And he did became the president. May 29, he was sworn in as the 16th president of Nigeria. Amidst fanfare with several parties, several events, people were too much in anticipation of what the president would do. People were hoping that it's going to be more or less like a paradise the moment he became the president of Nigeria. Some were thinking that probably he will even get to a point that we'll be picking naira notes on the floor because we have a new president. Is it that we are expecting too much? A shocker was given to Nigerian in his speech where he said, fuel subsidy is gone. Truly, the former president did announce that by June 31st, subsidy on petrol will cease to exist in Nigeria. And also, during the electioneering campaign of Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, he did say that he is going to remove subsidy. Now, at the inaugural speech, he affirmed his stance that to him, subsidy is just an avenue for some few Nigerians to enrich themselves. And he said, subsidy is gone. We were thinking that Nigeria misrepresented his thoughts. That Nigeria did not get him right. That when he said subsidy is gone, it was not with immediate effect. But Nigerians, we were thinking we're ignorant. That the moment he made that statement, Nigerians rushed to the filling stations to start engaging in panic buying. Petrol that was used to sell for 195 naira, 200 naira per litre in some stations was skyrocketed by operators of this filling station, knowing the fact that Nigerians have started engaging in panic buying. People start selling at 350, 400, 500. And some were buying. Barely 24 hours after that statement, the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, NNPCL, dropped an official rate telling Nigerians what you should be expecting. When Nigerian first saw the price list, we were thinking it's one of those social media gimmicks that cannot be substantiated. But a press statement came to ease effect where the NNPC unveils a new fuel price. And that makes us to start asking, is it that we're not waiting till June 31st or 30th again, the end of June, as stated by the past administration? Was a statement made by the president that subsidy is gone, is at immediate effect. Nigerians have started groaning. Nigerians have started complaining. Nigerians have started reacting or even lamenting that we not made the wrong choice. But would you say that is too early? Would you say truly we need subsidy? What really then is subsidy or fuel? Well, this conversation is going to be a conversation between you and I. Yes, you, our guest this morning. We're going to look at what really is subsidy. Do we need subsidy or not? And if petrol product is not being subsidized, what do we stand to gain or lose? Of what benefit is subsidy to an average Nigerian who chose AJIBOLA Tinubu as their president? You will have the opportunity of responding to this topic for conversation by coming underneath this video on Facebook, and let's get to hear your thoughts. Do you think that this administration, with the way it started, is going to be the messiah that Nigerians are expecting? Or is it is it going to go in the regular way that says that when there is no pain, there is no gain? Is this pain that is being experienced barely 72 hours after 72 hours of our president, new president, Nigerians are experiencing this pain? Will this pain in no time become gain very soon? What's your take? Do you think the prices given out by NNPCL to buy petrol really worth it? What becomes of civil servants who their take home is just a 30,000 naira? How much can we go back to our house when we do not have power that we can then turn on our generator to say we want fresh air? Would the fresh air outside our compound not be the best for us now? Can we still turn on our generator and run for 5 hours or thereabout? Don't forget that 2,000 naira now can only buy you a minimum of 4 liters of fuel. And if devil smile at you, if you use the type of generator that gobs fuel, you are in for a showdown. So let's get to see your reaction. And let's look at what really is the advantage of this subsidy. The NNPC says petrol will now sell within 537 naira per litre in Abuja, 557 in Borno, and 488 in Lagos. And immediately, commuters are groaning because transport fare has skyrocketed. That is more like a 400% increment on the regular price, on the price we know that petrol should go for. Then what is subsidy? God has given us crude oil as our natural resources in Nigeria. Yes, as part of our natural resources. What we do is we get crude, but because we do not have refineries, because we have moribund refineries, we have 4 refineries that are not functioning, which is more or less we do not have refineries. And that was why I made the statement, we do not have the refineries, because it's deliberate. We take the crude outside the country, we refine and bring them back in different products. But because if we look at the prices that this petrol would land in Nigeria with, it would be too much of cost to us. And the federal government decided to pay something in exchange for it, that is, subsidize it. Which means it's probably that when they are bringing in the petrol, it's going to cost like a 1,000 naira. But the federal government said, wow, this will be a big hardship on Nigeria. Let me pay 800 naira for it, and Nigerians will now pay the 200 naira balance, for example. And that has been the order of the day for several years. But a time came that it opened to Nigerians that this is more or less like a fraud, because there are some who are getting paid by the federal government who do not even drop a pinch of oil in Nigeria. Which means there are some cabals who are not supplying Nigerians this petrol product but are being paid. There are some that they are using the disguise of marketers too, and government, officials of government will pay them, claiming that they are petroleum marketers who are among those who have gone to refine our oil. When this was unhealthy, when this fraud was opened, the government see reasons why they should not subsidize for petrol again. Some other reasons were also given why we do not need subsidy. One of the reasonable reasons given was that there are so many products coming out of our crude. Why are we paying for refining? Why are we not using byproducts of this crude to pay those who are refining? And one government did tell us, and I think it was during the administration of former President Goodluck Jonathan, who made us to understand that we do not need subsidy. But many frowned at it. Unfortunately, among those who frowned at it then was our new president, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. But now he did appreciate it, and he said subsidy is going to be a past in Nigeria. Now, we're buying, or petrol, according to NNPC now, is going for over 500 naira or thereabouts. How many Nigerians will be able to achieve or will be able to afford this? Would it be business as usual for persons like barbers, transporters, who majorly uses this petrol? Cutting your hair at your barber's shop will not cost you anything less than 1,500 or 2,000 naira again. Maybe many of us will have to grow our hair and go to the woman that will be plaiting our hair for us, because using 2,000 naira to cut hair, how much then would we use to feed? Let's look at those who have families of 4. Would they still be able, using the Nigerian minimum wage, to be able to take care of those children? Somebody was making an analysis of who the level Nigerians will fall into with this new pump price. The person said, if you are earning less than 50,000 naira salary, you are less privileged. You are poor. That if you are earning 100,000 naira, you are poor, but you have hope. Now let's look at it. If you have a child who the school fee, an average school fee is like a 30,000 naira per term, and you have 2 kids in school, in primary school, 30,000 naira. How much is the salary? Let's assume it's 100,000 naira. And that's 300,000 naira for 3 months. 30,000 naira for 2 child, 60,000 naira. You have your personal bill. Your children have some other bills, because it's not just the school fee. And the wife, if not working, will be a dependent on the husband. Do you think ends can ever meet with such an income? Let's look at what the Labour has decided to do. The Nigerian Labour Congress (NLC) yesterday said the new fuel price increase template announced by the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation (NNPC) was unacceptable and should be withdrawn immediately. In the new template released yesterday, pump price in Lagos will sell at about 488 per litre, while in Abuja and Borno it will sell at around 537 and 557 naira per litre respectively. The National Oil Company also released new prices for PMS for other states under its regulatory policy. Yesterday, the hike in product price sparked off increments in transport fares across the country, with most commuters stranded. Describing this new pump price, some said it's an ambush that will run against the spirit and principle of social dialogue. And one of such persons is the NLC president, Joe Ajaero. He said the federal government should immediately instruct the NNPC to withdraw the vexational pricing template to allow free flow of discussion by the parties. And Ajaero did warn that the Nigerians would not accept any manipulations of any kind from any of the parties, especially from the representatives of the government. Ajaero is not saying that there is no room for negotiation. He said, but while they are negotiating, the pump price should go back to the old price. And when negotiation is done, whatever is agreed on should be the price for it. Do you think Ajaero is making sense with this request? Do you think if we allow the federal government to sell at the price he has aimed at selling now, that even during negotiation or when negotiation is agreed, the federal government, do you think they will be able or ready to bring it down? Or do you think the request of Ajaero that bring it back to the normal price, let's buy at normal price, let's then negotiate whatever we agreed on, we'll come back to tell the public that, okay, we're not selling at 195 again, but we have agreed on the price, which will be whatever has been agreed on. What is your take? Okay, let's see our reactions on social media as regards what we are discussing this morning, and that is the case of the pump price of petrol in Nigeria as regards the new regime. Our reporters went into town yesterday to get reactions from commuters. We got different reactions. Many are lamenting. If you go to our Facebook page, you will see so many of these reactions as people are lamenting. Some organizations are already making thumb up or giving thumb up to the initiative of the federal government to remove subsidy, saying it is the best for Nigeria. And if you look at those few who have done that, they are among those who are having direct benefits from government from this initiative. Now, are we saying that it's going to be a case of no pain, no gain? For how long are we going to adapt our lifestyles, adapt our spendings, adapt what we do to the reality that subsidy is gone? What's your reaction? Let's come to the social media and discuss this once again. Come to the Facebook page at Al-IyamoyeTv and radio, and let's see. Do you think 537 naira or thereabout slated for pump price per litre of petrol is the next thing we need in Nigeria? Should we not be talking about improving on our power supply instead of talking about subsidy now? Do you know how many lives depends on petrol? We use petrol for our cars, we use petrol for our generators. To some, it is source of income, because most areas in Nigeria do not have good power supply, good electricity power supply. Most of us runs on petrol for hours so that we can do our businesses. And now, shouldn't we be looking at standardizing the power sector, improving this our power sector to about 80% before we talk about removing the subsidy? Yes, it is claimed that some people are benefiting from the subsidy, but why don't we indulge them some time more and improve on our power supply? Then talk about the subsidy. Or do you think going about executing these two at the same time will be the best for our country, Nigeria? If you get to town, see how much people are stranded on the road. Some are going back to work, back home rather, because they could not access transportation to work. Some have even said that they are not going to go to work until the federal government revert or return the pump price. And swiftly the federal government replied to say, it is going to be a case of no work, no pay. So if you claim that I can't go to work because there is no transportation to take me to work, be rest assured that you're not going to get paid at the end of the month. Isn't that too heavy for Nigerians? Isn't that too heavy for the millions of Nigerians who went to the poll thinking that they are making a choice different from what they have experienced or what they were experiencing then? Is it, or is this the renewed hope that Nigerians expected? I could remember in 2015 when APC came with the mantra, change. And when we were start seeing what they call change, some people turn it to what they call shaggy. Now, is this the renewed hope that Nigerians are expecting from the new dispensation? Or is it going to be pain for a while and we will see the benefit in no time? Do you think it's realistic for us to start talking about subsidy removal at this point in time? Let's get to hear from you. Let's see what truly is this subsidy. Do we need subsidy removal at this point? Can we manage Nigerian economy without talking about subsidy? If truly we are even removing subsidy, few days before the expiration of the former administration, former President Muhammadu Buhari did tell us that he is going to collect, or he has collected $800 million to cushion the effect of subsidy removal on Nigerians. Where is the $800 million that has been budgeted to cushion the effect of subsidy removal? Or maybe the subsidy removal is being cushioned somewhere that we don't know yet. Maybe people in Kaduna, maybe people in Katsina, or people in Kano are not suffering like people in Lagos and some other parts of the country yet. Is anybody asking questions about the $800 million collected to cushion the effect of subsidy removal? Or are we going to be silent as usual as Nigeria? Only rants on the pages of newspapers or rant on social media and keep wallowing in abject poverty. The renewed hope. Is this all there is? Or is it too early for us to start passing assertion or passing judgment, or for us to start saying that this is not what we voted for? This is barely 3 days in office. Maybe it's an error that is going to be corrected, or maybe it's something we're going to suffer the pain for a while and get to receive more benefits, more suiting benefits at later days. One of our commentators said, where are we really going in this country, Nigeria? And someone said, Nigeria, my country. Yes, Nigeria, our country. Nigeria, our country, where everything goes. Nigeria, our country, where majority carry the votes. Or Nigeria, our country, where the majority votes, but few decides. Nigeria, our country, where governments make decisions without consultations. And Nigeria, our country, where the electorates are voiceless. What then is our Nigeria? What then is that brand Nigeria going to provide for us? Some have chosen to leave the shores of Nigeria for greener pasture. They call it Japa. Some have decided to expose the Japa, the secret behind Japa, by granting international news agencies interview divulging all the Nigerians are doing to leave the shores of Nigeria. Isn't it Nigeria, our country, where we are not our brother's keepers? Now, should we be expecting, or what should we be expecting from Nigeria, or the new dispensation? Or is it that we have high anticipation? We are too much in anticipation that this administration is going to satisfy all our needs. It's going to correct all the wrongs in former administration. Maybe our hope is too high. Maybe we are expecting too much from this administration. Maybe this administration, the way it started, is all it has for us. Maybe and maybe. I once said on this program, Periscope, some times ago, that maybe our anticipation or our hope should be limited, instead of it be on that high end where we are always expecting that government will do this, government will do this. Shouldn't we have learnt our lessons about the way politicians come to give us hope? This political party came in 2015 to tell us that $1 will become 1 naira. This political party told us that in 2015 that they are going to build 1 refinery every 2 years in the country. This political party told us also that subsidy will be removed and Nigeria will continue to smile. 8 years is gone in the first rule of this political party. And all the promises were not met. But there were some other infrastructural development that the administration of the past administrations engaged on that are laudable. But shouldn't we be careful of our promises to electorates? Shouldn't we be telling them what is achievable? Why do we raise the hopes of electorates when what they get is pain? Let's go for a commercial break. When we'll come back, we'll come to attend to your requests or your comments on the social media. Do stay with us.
Have been disappointed seek greener pasture abroad. To those who are in the traveling agent, it is a rocket science. How staff travels and tours without stress. Help you process and secure in the winter residential visa, visiting and touring visa, student visa to places like Europe, America, Asia, and tour. Our years of experience that speaks volume for us. Secure USA and Canada within a twinkle of an eye. Services to our Muslim faith. What are you waiting for? Consult us like a street behind La Roy 0802 733 0900 or 578 4060. Stop for peace of mind. Talk.
Gbogbo aláfẹ́ tó gbayì tó fẹ́ wọṣọ yìí ṣoge tó pa House of Zion. House of name I know of top-notch quality materials and class. House lẹ́tí máa rójúlówó turkey wears, Egypt and Maldives, Dubai, àwọn designer bags lóríṣiríṣi, àwọn ìtẹ̀lẹ̀ bag tí wọ́n fawọ́ original ṣe, àwọn aago kájọ tó ń ka wákàtí ọjọ́, designer sunglasses and perfumes pẹ̀lú àwọn gbogbo nǹkan tóbìnrin àsìkò fi ń gbafẹ́ lò gbà. Mo débẹ̀ ojú mi ń ṣe kámi èmi ni ó rà. Tẹ gbòógì gbọ́npa fashion tẹ wá nílò jàlábíà, hijab àti àṣì. House of Zion lẹ́ò ti rí gbogbo ẹ̀ rà. House of Zion 52 Ọlọ́run ṣògo road adjacent Redeemed Church Agape Parish Ọlọ́run ṣògo Abẹ́òkúta. Lórí Instagram House of Zion 081656888 ìtajà tá a ti ń tojúlówó aṣọ àti nǹkan aṣaralóge tí ń gbéni níyì.
Welcome back to Periscope, rather, not Fresh Life. Welcome back to Periscope on Al-IyamoyeTv and radio. Don't forget that we are live on YouTube where you can get to see our content. Just search for us on YouTube and press subscribe. And you can get to see our video every time. On other social media platforms, be it Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, we are there with our handle at Al-IyamoyeTv and radio _ at Yamoye. Yes, it's a unique name and you will also always find us there. On the Facebook where you are watching us now, you can like it and share your content with your loved ones. Also, we have something coming up for Saturday, that's June 3rd. And that is, we are giving out 10,000 naira to our fans, our followers. And that is by you predicting the result, the final result of the FA Cup final between Manchester City and Manchester United. What you just do is go to any of our social media platforms where you have the handle on the banner. Just go underneath the graphics and make your prediction. That prediction closes by the kickoff of the match. Tell us, maybe it's Man City 7, Manchester United 0. Just make your prediction, and when you win, you stand the chance of winning cash prize. The 10,000 naira is not for one person, but for the 5 persons who get it right. So we're going to give out 10,000 naira. And also we will be giving you details of how we will visit some viewing centers during this FA Cup final. We will also be hosting you, yes, you, our fans, at our office for the Champions League final also in June, by June 11. Details of that also would be made available to you very, very soon. Okay, coming back to what is trending on the social media today, and that is trending in Nigeria, not social media today. It's the case of the fuel subsidy and the new increments in the pump price of petrol. People are reacting. Don't forget that before the issue of the pump price, increment in the pump price of petrol, there is an ongoing strike action by health workers. The health workers is calling for increment and also increment in their salary and in their health hazard allowance and some other issues. This strike, it's ongoing. Now, there is increment, adding insult to injury. And if we look at it, the labor union, the TUC, the NLC are telling the federal government, no, this is what we need to do. But unfortunately, it is a case of misplaced priority for the Nigerian students. When the Association of Nigerian Students should be joining the NLC and the TUC as regards the price of the petrol, the pump price of petrol. Nigerian students are protesting at the National Assembly because of anti-sexual harassment bill. Yes, we're not saying that the anti-sexual harassment bill is not very, very important. But one is hot or hotter than the other. One is the present that is happening and should be attended to. I thought there is a saying that when you have log of food over the other, you take the one on top of it first. Shouldn't Jay be joining the representatives of the TUC and the NLC who are meeting with the government to talk about the price of the petrol instead of talking about the anti-sexual harassment bill? The meeting between the NLC, the TUC, and the representative of the government yesterday ended in dreadlock. The meeting continues, and any moment from now, we will be hearing the stand of the NLC and the TUC over this. I know the government that is in power would consider the plea of Nigerians, would consider what hardship it will be on Nigerians if Nigerians should go with this increment by NNPC and the federal government for now. So we're pleading that the federal government should listen to the TUC, the NLC, who are our representatives at their hand. If this is going to be a win-win thing, if we all consider all sides. Let's wait. Tomorrow we will be coming up again tomorrow on Periscope with this same topic and look at the development around it and why we think that the government shouldn't start on these notes. Well, thanks for being part of Periscope today, the first day of June 2023. And Okay, we have a comment before we leave. Okay, somebody is giving a candid advice to Nigeria, and he said the candid advice is that they shouldn't place high expectation on the newly elected stakeholders. Well, I think the advice is, it's still available. It's not still, but let me just tell you that the expectation is very, very, very high. But what Nigerians don't understand is when a government come to show us the hardship we've never seen before, the next person coming will understand that there are some things you can get away with, and what you will get is it's more than what the past government has given you. I'm not a prophet of doom, but that is just human. But tomorrow, join us again at the same time. Let's look at it. Then we will know the side of the NLC and the TUC and the other labor union, and also the side of the government. And we'll be looking into vis-a-vis the life, or vis-a-vis how the electorate, those who voted for this administration, will be able to cope. Unfortunately, those are the receiving end, and not just those who voted, those who did not vote also will all be experiencing this hardship. I remain OLUWAFISAYOMI AJIBOLA. Thank you for listening to Periscope. Let's again do it tomorrow, where we'll be coming in with a guest, a political pundit, who will be looking at this discussion on a broader level. Do enjoy the rest of your day. We'll have other programs lined up for you, and be rest assured that you'll be getting the best from Al-IyamoyeTv and radio. Good morning.